I have quite a little menagerie of things here. And what I did was, if you already have in your stash, when you get you know, flowers, if you're lucky enough to get flowers in a you know, delivered or something, we all end up with those vases that it's like, oh my gosh, how many do we need? Well, of course you can use those, and of course you could thrift those as well. I actually thrifted and I couldn't find any colorful ones. And I am all about color, but this would look beautiful even if you didn't use color, if you just used a clear vase, you know, a regular colored glass vase as well, I believe, okay? I know, I'm so glad, Linda. You're gonna like these, Linda. So I went to our handy dandy Dollar Tree, of course, and I just picked up a couple little colorful vases. They are over in the, where you can find the flowers, the fake flowers section, and you'll find some vases. So I picked up two colors that I love that were nice and bright, and I thought were going to show up lovely. We're only going to work with one of them, but I just wanted to show you these were the two color options I could find at mine. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. So I'm doing two projects. The first one is we are going to take one of these, and what am I going to do? I think I'll work with purple, because I know I got a lot of gals on here that follow me and that are watching today that love purple just like I do. So we're going to work with the purple one. And I also grabbed a glass bowl from the Dollar Tree. Again, Dollar Tree. You can also thrift these items. You guys, I would have rather thrifted these items because I like to upcycle and reuse instead of having things, you know, go to waste. So anytime I can find a thrifted item, I just did not see any when I was thrifting. Hello, Jeanette. How are you? Let us know where you're watching from, my friend. And my name is Susan again, guys, if I missed saying that. Oh, isn't this apron the cutest? I got it from another creative friend. If you need to know that, just type apron in the link and I will, or in the comments, and I'll send you her information because I can't take credit for it, but you know, it is so pretty. Anyway, I would rather thrift it any day, but you're going to need some kind of bowl. Hi, Ray. How are you? We're glad to have you here from Blueberry Hill. I'm going with a clear bowl. You don't have to. You can use a colored bowl. I just chose a clear bowl, and then we have this, okay? And then what we are going to do with this, guys, we're going to create a mushroom, you guys. It's just going to be a cute little mushroom. Now, you can do it this way, like I showed it, or we can do it this way. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm actually thinking I'm probably going to do it this way, and I'll tell you why. Because I may put either fairy lights or a glow stick. I don't know how well a solar light would work in here, but maybe a little something if you wanted to add some fun little, you could do a solar light, because when I was at Family Dollar yesterday, or the day before, it was yesterday, they had a little thing of string fairy lights that had a solar adapter, so you could put the solar adapter somewhere else in your garden over there to catch the sun and stuff the fairy lights up in here. So I'll probably be doing that. Aren't mushrooms just so fun? They're just so fun. I don't know why. So I'm probably going to do it with the bottom open on the bot like that and put it like this. And we're going to turn this into a mushroom. I mean, it could be a mushroom just like that, right? But of course, we're going to add a little bit of something to it to make it even prettier. So again, the Dollar Tree to the rescue, or maybe you have these in your stash. Just some glass gems, you guys. We're going to apply those to the outside of here. Mine this time, it did have some of the white. It only had the blue and the white. I want more color than just these are kind of iridescent, which is wonderful. Hi, Michelle. She's up after me. No, my Shell Bell is up after me. Sorry. I just saw pretty pieces by Michelle and it made me think. These are a little smaller than these, but we're going to glue them around here. Okay, so that's one project. So I'm going to work through it. We have 45 minutes. I'm a slow crafter. I'm a fast talker, slow crafter. The other thing we're going to do, which is going to be super simple, is, but fun, Dollar Tree to the rescue again, is we are going to make a little bee watering station, you guys, because our pollinators need a place where they can stop and rest and get a little drink of water. So you could sprinkle these out in your garden. You could put them, you could make them as big as you wanted or as little. I just chose a couple of the little tiny ones. Again, you could thrift pots and do this project, okay? And what we're going to use for that, it's a little unconventional, but we're going to use this little, I think they call this an incense burner. I was looking like for a jewelry holder or some kind of little dish, because again, we're going to put this on top of this, we're going to glue it. And then we're just going to put a couple colored beads in here, and the rainwater will help to feed it. And then they'll have a little place that they can rest and get a little drink, the little bees. So that's what we're going to do. And I do have I'm going to post some other things today too about these little garden things. About the bees, as far as how you can help them to actually produce more in their hive and things like that. So stay tuned for that. If you're not already following my page, I hope you will, because I like to post that stuff about the garden as well. Okay, so let's get started, because we gotta, we gotta have some glue going on. Now, of course, we're gonna need some trusty E6000 because I want this to be really hold up well. But I also have my glue gun. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on. I also have my glue gun, and because we want it to, of course, I just knocked something over. What craft room doesn't have a linen pile just ready to fall over? I just turned on my glue gun, and I did find glue sticks, so I'm okay today, just to help, because that'll help set it faster. But glue guns are not going to be efficient just for holding this stuff together, because when they get either too cold or too hot, a lot of times whatever you're making with the glue gun, the glue can come unattached. So that's just going to help us get it on there quicker, to help hold on there quicker. And I'm not going to attach it to this until the end, because you know how E6000 works. We're going to have it, set up to do it, but it kind of needs some time to set up. So I'm going to set that here. We're going to move this aside. Again, I grabbed these two colors. You can get whatever ones you want. Go look in your pantry or wherever you keep your utility room or garage, wherever you keep your old vases that you don't want to get rid of, but you don't know how to use them. And as long as it has a flat edge that you can set it in your garden, you can even probably work it into the soil a little bit. So I'm going to hold this aside for right now. Okay, so that's what we got going on. But now you guys kind of know my game plan. We're going to get going, and I'm not going to probably bore you with doing the entire thing of this. We're just going to kind of work through it. I have not tried this myself. Okay, that's the disclaimer. I found this idea from someone else and saved it, and we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, so let us see. Let's go ahead and get this open. I think I gotta tear it. Let me know if you're a flower gardener in comments. I'm not going to say you couldn't do this if you were a vegetable gardener, because the bees have to pollinate vegetables as well. A lot of times, there's certain fruits and vegetables that have to be pollinated. So, that's a situation too. I'm going to pour some of these out so I can just grab them easier. I am sure there are other things that you could use for this. I just wanted something that had a flat side to it for the main situation. All right, so we got those, and I'm gonna pour some of these out. Like I said, mine just had these two colors available. Whatever ones you're gonna find, work for you. I would have loved a rainbow. They didn't have any rainbows this time. You know how it is. It's a hit or miss. Okay, let me move this out of the way too. So I got two of everything that I'm doing. I'm just gonna try to walk through one of each, and hopefully this idea inspires you, because that's my goal. I love to create myself, but I love to inspire others to create. That's the whole thing. I just think it's just such a wonderful outlet. I think we all have creative abilities in lots of different ways. And I just think that it's important to share those with the world. Or if you don't share it with anybody, but it just brings you joy, or it brings you peace, or it brings you, a distraction or a great way to spend some time and end up with something productive. And don't stress over it being perfect, you guys. Don't stress over it being perfect, because creativity is not meant to look like you bought it off the assembly line. It's supposed to be, have a little some imperfection. So you can be imperfectly perfect, and that's okay, my friends, okay? All right, so if you have any questions, as always, please ask in comments. If I miss them, I will, because I will be concentrating, because we do want to get some stuff done. I should have turned my glue gun on right away. Yeah, I made sure I pulled the battery off the charger this morning. And while I let that warm up, why don't we do this real quick? We'll segue just real quick. I am also going to paint this one of these, because the terracotta is pretty. You could certainly leave it that way, but that's not me. If it's not colorful, then you won't find it. If you have not ever been on my page, you should probably go back a while and look, because if you can see my craft room, it has it's a color explosion. So that's just me. That's my style. That's what I love. So everything has to have color. I'm not good about neutrals. If you're looking for a neutral creator, I am not your gal. But that's okay. We all have a place. I appreciate neutrals, and they can be calming. Anyway, we're going to paint this guy. So I grabbed a couple colors that I liked, and one of them, have you guys ever seen these? Have you ever gotten these? These are the Bear color samples from Home Depot. A lot of times they will go on sale for next to nothing, and I think I got these for $1 something. My friend Jennifer over at Studio J turned me on to this last year, and you know, we use acrylic paint all the time, but these were like $1 something for however many ounces they are. How many ounces they are. And I love a good bargain and a good deal, so I'm always going to share that with you as well. Hi, Diane. 7.25 ounces. And you could get them in a lot of different colors. You can even buy white, which I do have a couple whites. And if you had a certain color you wanted, you could take it back and they will color match it. So I'm going to use these instead of my acrylic paint. This color is called, appropriately, Dragon Fruit, because I thought, well, you know, I don't know. I'm funny that way, y'all. And of course I want it to stand out in color wise. And then this one was a coral, because I love the corals too. So I'm going to show you both colors, but I think, what do you guys think? Hi, Kathleen. Should we use, ooh, I got a little bit of paint boogers on there. What do you guys think? I feel like that coral might not be, that's a beautiful color. Should we do coral, you guys, on this pot? Because I want to go ahead and get it painted so it can dry, because we're going to put some polka dots on it just to make it fun. Hi, Debbie. Y'all, when you pop on, let me know where you're watching from. I'm over here in coastal North Carolina. Y'all, can you see I have not used these in a while? Look at the paint boogers. Oh, goodness. Get away. What color do y'all think I should use? The dragon fruit or the, that's why I have an apron on today, because I don't want to get my shirt covered in paint. Dragon fruit or coral? Which color, you guys? Let me know in comments. What do you think? We're going to use one of those. I might have to stir it because I didn't think about that. I might have to stir it, you guys. I need a paper towel. Obviously, we're getting ready to get messy. Let me know, guys. What do you think? Yes, $1.99. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I mean, it's a great deal when they do that, and it's definitely worth it. I think I got a ton of them. I haven't put them in dispensers yet, which you can. You can buy, like, I think Jennifer used bee, like honey containers. You like the coral, Sue? Give me another vote, guys, or I'm going with coral. She used honey dispensers. I mean, I'm going to do one in each color, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. Coral's what I saw. Oh, I love the dragon fruit. I know, I love the dragon fruit too. You guys, I'm going to do one of each color anyway, so it really is irrelevant. Do you like how I use this end of this to do this? Oh, goodness sake. I am going to do one in dragon fruit too, so come back and see the one in dragon fruit. Since I just stirred this one up, we'll go ahead and get it, because I want it to go ahead and dry. And we're going to put a couple little polka dots on it. I grabbed yellow and I grabbed white, and I grabbed one of my little daubers, my little sponge daubers. Okay? All right, so this is super, super fast, super easy. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. See? It might need 2 coats. That's why I wanted to go ahead and kind of get this around. But even if you only have, like if you live in an apartment, if I live in an apartment, I would be having, I mean, it's been a long time since I've had to live in an apartment, but I would probably be having, you know, a little garden terrace, because, I mean, a little flower garden on my, a little setup there on my, oh my gosh, why can't I think of what it's called? What's it called? When you have your little patio or whatever, I would definitely have flowers there. So you could even use something like this here, you guys, on there. Even if you just wanted a little lawn ornament. I mean, yeah, you can buy all kinds of lawn ornaments, but this might need a second coat for it to pop. And I don't think it matters to attract the bees. I don't think, it's not like hummingbirds, older, you know, I mean, I want it to stand out in the garden, but I don't think it has to be like, I thought about the dragon fruit and I'm like, oh, I wonder if they need that. But, and who's to say maybe a hummingbird would drink it, but it's not going to be sugar water. So, you know, it's not going to attract them as much. But I like all of my garden friends. But you could use this anywhere, right? I'm definitely thinking this is going to need 2 coats because this terracotta is kind of sucking it up. You know, I thought it would be easier to find, to thrift a pot too. Nope, no such luck. And even the pots that I found them in a couple different stores. Now, I did not go to Wally World or anything like that, or even Home Depot or Lowe's, but they didn't even have the little saucers that you usually get with them. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. What can I do? So then I'm thinking outside the box. And then I'm like, well, for this size, if I can find something like a little dish or something that's shallow, doesn't need to be too, you know, deep, then that would work as well. And so that's when I found those little dishes over in the Dollar Tree that I think will work on top of these. So that's just 1 coat. We're going to set that aside and let it dry. And I am not going to paint the little thing that goes on top because we're going to use some colorful beads because they need a place to stand. So I'm just going to set this to the side, guys, and let that start drying while we start with our beads here. And then the other thing is, yeah, I was surprised that they didn't have that. And you could do a bigger one too. I'll tell you something. Yeah, right? Okay, thank you, Christy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me get this guy open. And let's see if we can, I don't mind making a mess with paint, but I don't know about y'all. I hate making a mess with glue. So let's just hope. I'm not doing anything to prepare this, y'all. I think it's going to be perfectly fine. So what I'm just going to do, and again, if you have a suggestion, you want to tell me, let me know. If you've ever done this before, something like this before, I'm just going to kind of wing it, you guys, because that's how I roll in my craft room. I get started and then I hope the idea comes to me as I get started. I have an idea or an inspiration, which is what I'm hoping to do to you, and then I just kind of go with it. And so what I'm doing is just, you know how E6000 takes longer to set up, and I probably could just like paint this on here almost. I'm not worried about whether I'm putting something directly on top of the dot because I'm just wanting it to hold as much as I could. Now you could probably even leave the sides clear if you wanted. Again, I'm just a color gal. Okay, so we're just going to put a dab of that because you know that's going to take a good 24 hours to set up once we put it on there. Hey, Brenda from Totally Brenda. Nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of, oh, say a prayer for me I don't burn my fingertips off today. So I already did some damage to them in the garden the other day when I did some flower gardening. Okay, and I don't know about y'all, but I think the pollen apocalypse is over here in North Carolina. We're still going to have pollen because I'm pretty sure the oak trees haven't, but we have a lot of pine near us. And it's been crazy for the last month. I mean, it totally was crazy for the last month. See? And I just put the hot glue on there just to help it set up faster, you guys. But I think we're at the tail end of it enough that I had hubby take the cushions out for me today and rinse them off so that they can hopefully dry. Because I love to spend time out on my porch, especially when the weather, I do it all the time, but when the weather's this pretty, but with the pollen, I haven't been able to. So I did ask him to help me out because he had a little free time on his lunch hour. He's working from home today. And I was like, do you think you'd have time? I am not spacing these well at all, y'all, but it's okay. It's going to be fun. That's the key, right? Because I want to try to get some of these in here too. So I probably waited too long. You know what? It's going to be fine. I also have crushed sea glass from the Dollar Tree that I could fill in here as well, you guys. We're just going to go with it. We're not going to overthink it. Okay? That's why creativity is fun, is because it should be just kind of a natural flow from you. You shouldn't have to think too hard. I think that's why I have struggled with some of the stuff Christy does, and I love watching her when she creates something because she gives you all of the numbers and all the specifics. Yes, everything's colored in pollen. I know, Jet, right? It is here too still, but at least I feel like it's not continually covering everything. You know what I mean? I feel like the worst of it is over. So, and see, you might be a minimalist and say, oh, Susan, that's pretty. That's plenty of color. Nope. Nope. And like I said, I probably could have spaced those together a lot better. And now I'm thinking about it. Let me grab my sea glass. Let me see what that would look like. The other thing I have that might be fun. Ooh, wait a minute. I have a better idea. So I used these last week last couple of weeks when I was working on, I was doing a bunch, I did 12 projects, I think, for a bridal shower for my son, his fiance. Look, I have this jar. I don't even know where they came from, y'all. I've had them forever. I don't remember where I got them, but they're these little tiny iridescent beads, and I used those on a lot of projects last week. And I mean, I don't want to use them all, but because I like having things to have access to, and I don't know where I got them, but why don't we fill in with that? Look, we're just going to use some hot glue for this and fill in. I'm telling you, we're just going to wing it. We're just having fun. But I used these several different projects on those last week. She, the bride, his fiance, really likes Alice in Wonderland. But, you know, you don't want it to be cutesy, and you're trying to make it a little whimsical, but kind of sophisticated. So that was I know, I love the sea glass too, but I think I'm going to do this, Christy, because it's small areas. Look, now I will tell you, this is like glitter, y'all. It will be everywhere, and I need to hurry up because that hot glue will cool. It will be everywhere. I have picked these beads up from everywhere, and I don't have a paper under me like I did last time because we're winging it, and I didn't think about it. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. But I was trying to make kind of like a sophisticated Alice in Wonderland, nod to Alice in Wonderland, kind of Alice in Wonderland meets Bridgerton for the bridal shower last week. So I used a lot of these. Actually, it was a week and a half ago. So I'm just pressing these down in here. And if you wanted, when you were finished, once it dried, okay, do you see those? So I'm going to let those, I'm going to stop with that because it's going to be everywhere. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. Press them in. You could even put another layer of glue on top of that if you wanted. That's what I did with one of the projects I created. I put them in and filled them, and then I kind of took a clear glue on top of it to hold everything in place. But do you see what we got going on there? Do you hear them? Look, we're going to dump the extra right here. Okay. And now let's see if we can, because I don't want to lose the shape of the dome. Oh, thank you, Christy. I tried. It was fun. It was a little daunting when I started. I kept putting it off because I couldn't figure out how to get started, but I should have known better. It's kind of like anything else. Once you get started, the ideas start coming to you. And once I got started, they started bombarding me. So I was glad I had done that. So it was fun. And I think I did a good job of capturing what she was hoping for. So that's what matters. That's what mattered to me, is I love making someone's idea come to light. So that was super fun for me. I'm just adding a little bit more there. And I don't even know. Maybe we won't even use those little clear ones. I don't know. I had to get them because I was like, oh, I need more than one size. You know? Anyway, what do you guys think of this idea so far? Are you like, no thank you. That's kind of, I don't think so. All right. Let's go back and check out our I'm going to pop between the two of them because I only have 15 more minutes. And it would be nice if y'all could see the end result of something. I'm going to go back to this other, and we're going to see about adding. It's still a little tacky. Let's hit it with the dryer. I do have my little handy dandy dryer as well. Let me know, you guys, what's going on where you are. So what do you guys think? We like mushrooms, yes or no? Who likes bees or flowers or pollinators, yes or no? We're going to hit that with the dryer just for a minute, just so that when I go to paint the next coat, it doesn't pull it off. That helps a lot. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it Sissa? I think I've forgotten already. I am a visual, so if I don't write it down sometimes, even though I saw your name, you know, when you're on a live, sometimes all the stuff is running through your brain and you don't always latch onto it. All right, I think I'm going to do a second coat while that's that sets up just a minute. Now I will finish up, hi Callie, I will finish up and do another one with dragon fruit. So come back to my page. Maybe I'll finish that up as I'm watching some of the other creators this afternoon. I'll finish those up and I'll try to post those either tonight or tomorrow. The finished ones, because you're going to love that dragon fruit color too. But you could do this any color. You know, are you guys like me when I plant my flowers? Like I had bought like 6 or 7 new ones a couple weeks ago because I just needed to. Do you know what I'm saying? You know how we need? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good. I'm glad. You know how we just need craft supplies sometimes? That happens too, but I just needed some flowers, some new flowers. And my flower garden was brand new to me last year. We moved into a new place and I ripped out a lot of stuff and I started from scratch from what was here. And so that's always fun for me. I love that. But, you know, so every year I try to fill in and I try to do a lot of perennials. That way I don't have as much work. But I always like to look for new plants. And I found some that I really love. So I picked them up because I thought last week I had my grandson here for the week for his spring break. He's 8 and he's my little helper usually. And I thought, well, we'll be able to work in the yard one day. And we did work in the yard a little bit one day. He helped me out some. And, but I needed to plant some more. But when I was putting them out, I was like, you know, trying to decide what when I buy them, I don't necessarily, sometimes I buy with a specific location, like, oh, I need something to go there that's going to be this. But a lot of times I just buy it because I like it. And, it's one of my favorite plants or one of my favorite flowers. And, you know, obviously my summer stuff hasn't come in yet, but when I was putting them out the other day, I was like, okay, where am I going to put them? I know where I have holes, but then also what, and I found that I think I tend to do this. I keep certain colors in certain areas. So like, you know, a lot more pinks and purples in one area, and then the corals and yellows and maybe a hint of red here and there. I don't do a lot of red flowers, but I will do a mandibella or a hibiscus in a red if I like it. And a canna, I love cannas, so I'll do those in a pop of red. And if it's especially something to try to attract a hummingbird. But I noticed that that's what I do too. So it's like, I can really use any color in my garden. It doesn't matter. But I thought, oh, maybe I need a complementary color and not just something I already have in there. So that's why I thought we'd go with like this coral or the dragon fruit. Okay, so that's 2 coats. I don't know, you guys. I think that might be okay for what we're doing. You know, it might wear off some anyway. I don't know if I'll seal. I might spray seal them before I put them out. I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to set that over and we're going to let it dry a little bit more. Because I definitely, well, actually, I'm going to dry it some because I want to show you, I'm going to put some polka dots on there. So what do you think on this one? Should I put white polka dots or yellow polka dots on this coral? What do you guys think? Let me know in comments. So another fun idea that I saw, and if I can thrift one, because I don't own one anymore, if I can find a deviled egg platter. Who's from the South that loves deviled eggs? Y'all, we love our deviled eggs down here. I think a lot of people love deviled eggs anyway, but I want to thrift a deviled egg platter because that would make such a fun bee drinking station. I already have a, what do you call it? I have a bird bath out back I've had for years. It's glass that the kids gave me a long time ago, which is nice and everything. But this is just, I thought was just such a fun idea for the little bees. So I'm going to space these out a couple different places. And you can water them yourself. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, girl. I love me. Me choose? Okay. Y'all, thanks for hopping on here and watching with me. I hope this is something that inspires you to try something like this. You can see how easy it is. Anybody could do this. This would be a super fun project to do with the kids for Easter or for Mother's Day as a gift. I mean, it's super fun. It's not hard, y'all. None of this is hard. The hardest thing is working with hot glue, or, you know, obviously that needs to be supervised. But, okay, we'll let that cool off for just a minute. Let's go back over here. And let's, ooh, see, there's still some of my beads. I'm okay with it, y'all. As long as I have some color, I'm going to be okay with it. So I think what I'm going to do now is take some of these clear ones and put them around the top. And then maybe I'll just kind of alternate them. And I got my old little trusty Lazy Susan because it just helps with these kinds of things. This is one I had decorated or painted a couple years ago and used to actually use it in my kitchen. And then when we moved, I didn't need it anymore. I didn't have room for it and I didn't need it. So it came into the craft room and it has come in very handy. And this glue, it might be Gorilla Glue that's in here right now. I have another, a whole nother bag of glue sticks. I don't think it's going to matter because, like I said, this is just a temporary thing. You don't have to use your best glue for this on the glue stick because the E6000 should, and actually I probably should have done another line. The E6000 will hopefully hold this long term. This is just to get it where I want it placed. Does that make sense? So I hope this is something that you guys like. I toyed with several different ideas and I just was like, you know what? I need to do this anyway. I think there's some people. Oh, you do. Yes. Okay. Iowans love it too. See, I didn't know that. Awesome. I always just thought I'm from the South area. So I always thought it was a Southern thing for sure. But I'm glad to hear that y'all love them in Iowa too. And yes, what a treasure, right? To have your grandma's deviled egg platter. I don't remember my grandma was, oh my gosh, she was originally from Pennsylvania, my grandma, and she could make so many good, oh my gosh, she was the best. But I remember her more as a baker, probably because I like baked goods better than I like regular food. That and her sweet tea, oh Lord, she had such a wonderful recipe for all that. And she would make my favorite cookie of all time. Is a chocolate chip, black walnut chocolate chip cookie. And she would make them at Christmas and we would get our own little tin. Oh my goodness. And she could sew and crochet. And I mean, she beats me in the grandma department 100% for sure. I only have the one grandson. And we always do crafts and we do science. We made crystal. We made his own crystal last week when he was here. We grew a crystal. You know, and I took him to a couple museums, animal museums, because I help with I'm on the sea turtle protection organization here on my island, and he's been to turtle talks with me and stuff like that. But we have a sea turtle hospital that's about an hour and a half away from us, and I took him to that, and we went to a little mini touch tank aquarium that's in that area because I like doing that kind of stuff because I just like experiences with the kids. And I homeschooled my kids, so we tried to do a lot of things that were hands-on, but I'm not the ones in the kitchen. He's not gonna be spending kitchen time with me. He's got an auntie and his aunt that would do that with him, and his poppy. He will get in there and help Poppy with making pizzas or pancakes, or he loves his Poppy. My husband uses his mom's recipe for French toast. I say recipe, it's not like it's hard, but her secrets, and he makes a mean French toast. And he likes to cook. I don't. I like to be creative in the craft room, not in the kitchen. But I do have one of my grandma's mixing bowls, and that's a treasure to me. And one of her teacups, because she absolutely loved her tea. She would drink hot tea. I don't know if she even drank coffee. So that's always but I don't know if I would be able to give it up for a project. A crawfish tray. Hey, Callie, I wouldn't thought of that. I love that. Oh, Sue loves them in Michigan too. Girl, I didn't even think about that. Ooh, and what was I talking to the other day? And they said, We were talking about something. Because we do a lot of crabs and shrimp here, but crawfish are not, you know, our thing. And of course fish. Crawfish aren't really our thing. Ooh, I just got my finger, you guys. It was inevitable. And I gotta see my time. Oh, you guys, I only have 2 minutes left. Holy cow, I could talk to you forever. Okay, we're gonna pause on this. Do you guys see what's happening so far? Okay, come back, I will post a picture. If you follow me, you're not surprised. Okay, my Shell Bell Creations is up after me. Let's go ahead and do this guy really quick. I'm gonna turn this off. We're gonna do this. And when I'm done, like I said, I'm gonna glue this here, and then I got some marbles, just clear blue marbles that I'm gonna put on here. I'll probably put a dab of glue to hold them, and then some water on it, and then I'll post on there about what you can put in the water to help the bees, at least in the beginning. But I don't think I could use you could use any kind of container where you can give them something to stand on so they don't drown, because they need a little place to be able to stand and drink. Okay, but let's go ahead and do some, I think I'm going to do some yellow on here. Okay. So this is just one of those little foam daubers. I have a couple different sizes. This was the only one I could find right now. So I probably need to get it on all of it. You guys, I didn't have anything prepared over here for this one. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But there may be a reason I'm sharing this with you. I want you to see this part of my project. Hint, hint. You didn't hear it from me. Okay. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I so appreciate it. We're just going to put some fun little, look, because I love polka dots. Polka dots make everything more fun, right? All right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. Up next is Michelle. Please refresh your page if you're in the Crafty Bunch. And thanks so much for joining me. I hope I inspired you. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Thanks for giving me your time. As I like to say at the end, as always, until I see you next time, be safe, be healthy, be blessed, and I hope you'll be so inspired. Bye, guys.